Have you ever wondered, what does death feel like? Is the moment the soul leaves the body painful? Is the deceased aware? Can they hear and see those around them? What does a person see when their soul departs? And what are the throes of death? Do they vary from one person to another? All these questions have clear answers in the Qur'an and the prophetic Sunnah. Let's discover the details together. Scientifically, death is defined as the complete shutdown of bodily functions and the total loss of consciousness. But that is only the physical definition, what we can observe with our eyes. The true meaning of death is the separation of the soul from the body. And this happens in the presence of unseen beings, the angels. They are the ones who carry out the process of extracting the soul. But what do these angels look like? And how exactly does this process happen? The angels are not all the same in form, and what takes place differs from one person to another. Even the way the soul departs varies. Yet, there is one thing all humans have in common: the agonies of death. The throes of death, this is the expression used in the Qur'an and Sunnah to describe those final moments before the soul leaves the body. They are called Sakarat because they overwhelm the mind, shake the heart, and shake the very core of a person. It is the moment of confronting the truth, after a lifetime of either heedlessness or remembrance. In his final moments, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "Indeed, death has its agonies." He would wipe his face with water because of the intense state of unconsciousness he was experiencing, and this was not due to illness, but rather a temporary detachment from awareness. What people see as pain on the face of the dying may in fact be caused by illness, not by death itself. A person might endure severe pain from a disease, yet recover. Another may go through the same suffering, but pass away instead. However, at the exact moment of death, if Allah is pleased with the person, all pain disappears completely, and the soul experiences a profound and indescribable sense of peace. But if Allah is not pleased with the person, the physical pain may fade. But a new form of torment begins, one that only Allah knows. Let us begin with the one whom Allah is pleased with. At the moment his soul departs, he feels immense peace. He sees angels with faces radiant like the sun, reassuring him and giving him glad tidings of Allah's pleasure. Then the angel of death approaches, and he draws out the soul gently, with no pain, no fear, only overwhelming joy. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ likened the soul's exit in this moment to a drop of water sliding smoothly from a water skin. Then begins the soul's journey upward, ascending to the heavens. But as for the one with whom Allah is displeased, his situation is completely different. Once the pain of illness ends, he enters a pain far worse. He sees angels with dark, terrifying faces, and deep inside, he knows the fate that awaits him. His soul clings tightly to his body out of sheer terror, as if it refuses to leave. But the angels show no mercy. They strike him and command him to let his soul out. He is told, "Today, your deeds are returned to you, and you are humiliated for your denial." Then his soul is forcibly torn out. The Prophet ﷺ described it as being like iron hooks pulled through wet wool, ripping and tearing it apart. Such is the state of some people at death. And Allah knows best. It is a decisive moment. A moment the person sees with their own eyes, yet cannot share with anyone. Yes, they feel, see, and hear. They see the angels, hear the commands, and feel either pain or peace. The Prophet ﷺ said, "The dead person is punished in his grave, and even animals can hear his screams." The one whose heart was filled with faith smiles at the moment of death, while the one who lived in heedlessness panics, screams, and trembles in fear. That is why the companions used to say, "We could recognize a person's fate by the look on their face at death." After burial, the dead hears the sound of people's footsteps as they walk away. Only Allah knows how this happens, but the Prophet told us it does. Then begins the phase of questioning. For the believer, this moment is easy. He is asked about his Lord, his religion, and his Prophet. He answers with confidence and certainty, because he lived his life upon that belief. Allah keeps him firm, and a gate to paradise is opened for him. He sees its delights, smells its beautiful scent, and feels an indescribable joy and peace. He even longs for the day of judgment, so he may enter paradise. As for his body in the grave, it no longer feels what is happening around it, for the soul has entered a completely different realm, and these moments are the most beautiful he has ever experienced. But when does a person fail to answer the questions in the grave? It's because of a lack of true conviction in this life. You see, it's not just about repeating words, but about believing in them with certainty. Imagine the scene. He has entered a new world and now realizes that the hereafter is real. Then the angels ask, "Who is your Lord? What is your religion? Who is your prophet?" He hesitates. Which religion is the right one? Which God should he name? A wrong answer here is life-altering, eternally. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said, he will reply, "Alas, alas, I do not know." When asked about his Lord, his religion, and his prophet, he will respond, "Alas, alas, I do not know." And he will say, "I used to say whatever the people used to say." Meaning, he wasn't truly convinced, but merely followed what others said without real belief. And at that moment of truth, everything is exposed. If he cannot answer, he is shown his painful fate, and the punishment begins. He wishes that the day of judgment never comes. If he had genuine faith and certainty, he would have answered without hesitation. But hesitation reveals a flaw in belief. The truth is, we will all die, but not all of us are prepared. And preparation doesn't come through words, it comes through action. Guard your prayers, always seek forgiveness, give charity in secret, forgive others, and remind yourself, death is not the end, it's the beginning. We ask Allah to keep us and you firm upon the truth. And finally, never forget that you are a Muslim. Your Lord is merciful, your Prophet is noble, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and no one is lost between the mercy of Allah and the intercession of His Messenger. If you found this video meaningful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with those you love. Perhaps Allah will guide a heart that has been lost in this world.